Hey everybody, it's Kendall. I'm here to showcase the three sound effects that I made that we were supposed to for the this video game sound effect assignment. I'm gonna start going through them one at a time, try and explain how I made them. It's a little bit messy, so bear with me just a little bit. I'm gonna start with this first one. When I was making that, I kind of imagined an audio cue for a slashing attack, like how in some games they give you visual cues and audio cues for when you're supposed to dodge or parry. I figured that would be a pretty good audio cue, and the slash would be right at that peak, right, right there, and then that little breathing sound before it would be your audio cue. How I made it, I used two or three. I think it was three different sounds. I used me actually pulling out a sword and then sheathing it back up for that click. I used a sound of me breathing in to help with the buildup, and then there's a deep sound at the end where I just slammed my desk to give it a little bit of layering. The click sound should be right here. You move it up a bit so that it'll play. And I cut out some of the lows, and I enhanced some of the highs a little bit with an EQ to get that sort of very high pitched clicking sound. And I wanted to crispen it up just a little bit. Same with the breathing sound. I took out some of the lows and I added some highs in there. And then the thud sound really isn't that loud, doesn't really play a part. I just wanted there to be another sound in there. And then for the second one, I can start with that. It's a lot longer. I'm not going to play the whole thing, just maybe like 5 or 10 seconds so that the general idea of what it is understood, I hope. That one is a little bit quieter. What it is supposed to be, or what I was hoping to replicate, is kind of like a war scene, at least for a cutscene standpoint, where maybe the main character has just woken up. They got knocked out. They got hit with something big, and they're waking up. They're still collecting themselves, regaining consciousness, and that's kind of supposed to be the gunfire or whatever that's surrounding them. What I did for that one is a little bit weird. I took a water bottle and I did some crackling, but after that, I took out the lows and the highs to make it sound more muffled. And on the software I'm using, which is FL Studio, there is a pitch knob, and I turned it all the way up so that I could slow it all the way down. And when I slow it down, it also stretches it. So originally, the sound was more like that. But then when I slow it all the way down, it's a lot more spread out, a lot more bass heavy, which gives it that more hard kind of feel to it. There was one more sound effect I recorded. It's really short. This one is kind of, I want to say it was inspired by Sea of Thieves, kind of like a pop kind of sound for when you're popping maybe a drink or something in game. Not really quirky, but maybe a little bit more sharper, sharper than a cork. Kind of like you maybe popped it open and there was glass or something that you were using. I didn't really do as much for that one. I actually did reuse the breathing sound just so that it had a little bit of build up before it, like the so that the transients didn't just pop, which is the same thing that I used for the first one. It gives your ears a little bit of space to give the actual sound some room to breathe, which doesn't sound like it would work, but usually people don't like sounds that are just. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. For this one, I felt that I needed to put that in there. But yeah, those are the three that I decided to do. That's about it.